I had boarded the ship a few days earlier, and we crossed the Drake Passage, visited the famous Elephant Island, notorious due to Ernest Shackleton. And this morning, we are entering the Antarctic Sound. Originally, the plan was to visit Esperanza, but icebergs were blocking the way, so Plan B was Kins Cove. We will be visiting islands with three types of penguins, the Gentoo, Adelie, and Chinstrap, classified as brushtails. In this picture, you can see numerous quills on the tail of the penguin, which look like a brush. They are long, firm, but flexible, and in the water used as a rudder. On land, it acts as a third leg of a tripod, allowing the penguins not only to climb hills, but also the steep inclines of icebergs. After landing, I climb a very steep and slippery hill to reach the Adelie rookery. Adelies are identified with black heads and a white circle around their eyes. I think this is more of a creche, which is youngsters huddled together, than a rookery, because these Adelaide chicks are fairly large and there are few adults around. The adults are out searching for food, and these chicks are very hungry and persistent, as you shall see. On the way back down the hill, I encountered a Gentoo nesting site and observed one of the Gentoos building a nest, and he is stealing stones from another nest, making the other nest owner a bit unhappy. Most penguins return to the same rookery each year, and actually the same nest. And generally they also keep the same partner. The only reason they wouldn't is for some logical reason, such as death or bad timing in the return trip. Gentoos can be fairly easily identified by the white patch across the forehead.
Is the skua looking for an egg, or is it?
The next morning, January 21st, on the way to Half Moon Bay, the ship passes a few icebergs with penguins aboard the ice floe. Seeing this, one might wonder, being in near freezing water and on a huge frozen ice cube all day, how is it they don't suffer frostbite? After 40 million years, they have engineered their body to cope. They literally suck all the blood out of their feet, and they have a valve which closes, keeping the blood locked out until they are back on solid ground, at which time the blood is returned to the feet for nourishment and revitalization.
But half moon is like this. Suddenly blow.
It will come, huh?
Yeah, it will come. But don't ask for it.
Oh, amen, amen.
Just after going ashore, I see a chinstrap eating some snow or some fresh water. But this is actually not the norm. Everything they ingest from the sea, such as krill and fish or squid, contains fat, and once the penguin digests that, he metabolizes the fat into water, and that is their main water source. And then there's squawking. The term used for it is called ecstatic. They stretch their heads skyward, flap their wings, and squawk. It isn't exactly the same for all different types of penguins, but it is fairly similar. There are a number of reasons for this. The obvious one is, of course, to attract a mate. It is a, hey, look at me kind of gesture. It's also a way to let others know that this is your area, don't intrude. And also, it is a form of identification. Just as if you walked into a room of women in conversation, you would recognize your mother just by the voice without even seeing her. Also, a couple will ecstatic facing each other when they are about to switch places on the nest. While there, we were blessed with a bonus sighting of a colorful macaroni penguin. I was wondering why he was there by himself, and was told that the probable reason is that because oftentimes nesting areas of different types of penguins are quite close, and by some quirk of fate, a macaroni egg ended up hatching with a chinstrap family. His visual imprint was chinstrap, so that is where he stays. Next on the agenda, that afternoon, after traveling across the narrow strait, we end up in Yankee Harbor. The weather that day had gone from a sunny, comfortable day to a cloudy, very cold day. Our expedition team told us about penguin highways, and this is one of them. We were told not to use them because they are well suited for penguins, and we would just ruin it for them. I was able to record a visual demonstration of the feeding process with this incredibly cute Gen 2 chick. The chick begs for food by pecking its parent's beak. The parent will then regurgitate stored food from its stomach, whereupon the chick sticks its head into the parent's mouth to receive the nutrition. 2 points of note: they're very careful with the transfer because dropped food is not picked up. And number 2, the parent will feed only its own offspring. As I approached the water in a feeble attempt to film penguins underwater, I observed them swimming in the shallow water, and there are several reasons for this. Youngsters who are fully grown with adult feathers but have not either become fully proficient in swimming or have never even entered the water will learn their craft by swimming close to shore. Also, they often stumble and fall on dirt or slide across dirty snow and have need to cleanse themselves. Another reason is if food can be located in shallow water close to shore, then there's no reason to go searching somewhere else.
It's right by us.
Now for my first attempt at capturing one of these penguins underwater. Here it comes. Look quick. It's a difficult process to capture them on film. I slowed this one down by 50%. Tomorrow we travel to Port Lockroy, where I kayak and attempt once again to capture them on film. I had a little better luck and also slowed the film down to about 25% of normal. The next day, we traveled to Admirante Brown. And since a few days earlier I had observed penguins sliding across the snow, here at Admirante Brown I was able to try my hand at this activity, and it was fun. The next day is our final stop, Danco Island. It's our final opportunity to go ashore and observe the penguins up close. They are amazing little creatures. As you can see, it's a fairly substantial incline, but the penguins have no problem making the climb themselves. Look at that. No problem.
No, they don't.
They walk and they jump.
There are nests high up on the hill, and there's a reason for that. The higher up portions lose snow sooner than those areas below, and the idea for the penguins is to take care of business as soon as possible. So, with the snow gone, that allows the penguins to make nests early so that they can court, reproduce, and raise their youngsters as soon as possible. You can see these chicks are almost fully grown, fairly early in the season, so their parents are almost done with their job for the year. I return to the boat one last time and reminisce on what an incredible journey this has been to this mesmerizing part of the world. It has been an amazing expedition, and I am fortunate to once again travel with my good buddies Rick, Bill, and Don. In addition, on this trip we adopted Nancy, whom I called Precious because she was. She's a spunky little 72-year-old Spitfire who was a fun addition to our group. One last thing before I end this video. I slid across the snow like a penguin, but then I decided I had to dive like a penguin, along with all my buddies. Well, that was the end of that, and that is the end of this.